But building your dream home among several other projects for various reasons can be financially draining. And yet the pressure to cut costs in construction has necessitated the need for the consideration of several technologies which to many are cheaper than a normal block and mortar option. Hydraform technology is one among the many options of construction. And in the studio this afternoon is an expert in that technology who will be sharing with us all we need to know and how we can take advantage of that technology as we plan to put up that project this year. Samuel Kofi Abunyega is head of business development and quality control, Point of Light Construction Corporate. Samuel, you're welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
So, I mean, we've been used to either
the regular sand.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Cement and sand.
Yes.
Or sometimes bricks.
Yes.
But you have a different approach.
Yes, this is also bricks in a form, but this is called Hydraform.
All right.
It's actually originated from South Africa, and we use a machine which is called Hydraform Technology machine to mold the blocks. Now, these blocks are not the regular concrete block that you know. We use lightrite, and then we use normal cement to mix it. Then when the blocks are formed, in fact, the lightrite must be tested to be known that if it's good for that particular purpose. Because you can't just use any lightrite at all.
Right.
So you have to test it. Then after testing it, then it goes through the process. You mold it. It goes through the curing process. Then you begin to interlock. So these blocks are interlocking blocks. They are cheaper. You don't use mortar to hold them at the time that you are building. So you cut down cost on more cement. You also cut down cost on things like iron rods, especially when you are not doing a high-rise building.
Okay.
And you are doing normal short structures. We have a technology called interlocking pillars that we can eliminate the iron rods and then use our interlocking pillars to form like a pillar, which will even give you more lasting life on the structure than using an iron rod. Because the iron rod, they have their expiry time. But this one can take you about 80 years, 100 years, and will still be intact.
I want us to look at the cost analysis between what we are used to and the new technology and how your technology stands out.
Yeah, so the cost, depending on the kind of structure you are putting up, I always say that when it comes to the skeleton of the structure, as in the block works and all that, you cut down a lot of cost. But your cost will only increase when you are doing a lot of luxurious fittings. Because, for instance, I can use maybe 25,000 or 30,000 to do the skeleton of the structure for you. But now, what kind of tiles are you opting for? What kind of glazed works are you looking for? These are the things that will bring the cost variance. Other than that, Hydraform is about 40%, 30% cheaper than the regular concrete.
40% cheaper.
Don't forget that you are eliminating more cement for mortar works. Every concrete block that you lay, you use mortar. You put it down, you set the blocks on it, you chalk the blocks with mortar to hold them, isn't it? After you plaster, in and out. But Hydraform is not like that. You can choose to plaster the inside or leave it as it is. Then you dress the entire building and then you spray it.
And you say that if you are not doing a high-rise building, you don't even require
iron rods. You require iron rod at the base for the foundation. Normally, we use the normal concrete blocks, 6-inch blocks, to do the foundation. Then after, when we are done with the floor works, then we use the Hydraform technology to raise the structure up.
All right. So are there evidence of some of these structures already?
Yes. Some of them are scrolling on the screen. Then we've done across the country. So it's good for social projects like school buildings. It's even cheaper to build with. For instance, we assisted Multimedia to put up a school with that technology in the central region. And then we have also church buildings. These are cheap to build.
What about for human accommodation?
We can do anything. So anything that you want to build, the only thing is let's have your plan. Then we will do the costing for you. Then also we'll come and look at your site. Then we will see where we can get the lightrite. Because that's the first important thing.
Without it, it will be impossible.
No, without the lightrite, we can't build for you because we use lightrite.
Right.
So if we're able to get good source or there is some cases where I've done structures where I got the lightrite right on the person's land. So that's another cost saved, isn't it? Because if you're hauling it from somewhere, you could pay about 1,500, 2,000 per truck. But this time, it's right on your land. So we use it.
So it's possible there are places you may not find it?
Yeah. In some cases, you have to bring it from afar. But even the cost will not be so much felt than using the regular concrete.
But regardless of wherever you are in Ghana,
in Ghana, it's everywhere. Lightrite is everywhere, but just that it's the quality that differs. So that's why I said we test the lightrite. So as an expert, when we test it, the quality of the lightrite that I get will tell me the amount of cement I should use to mix the lightrite and produce a block for you to last for about 100 years or to produce a block that can withstand every harsh weather condition.
But apart from the financial cost, which is an advantage, what else would
it's
you gain
fireproof.
by?
This is fireproof. The technology is fireproof. It is earthquake resistant. And then it's bulletproof. So these are some of the benefits. Yes, it's bulletproof. Bullet cannot go because the block is 9-inch broader. Okay. So there's no penetration. You can't. The bullet cannot go through.
No, I was wondering, as once you bring in that, once you introduce the bulletproof, the impression that then it will be expensive.
It's not. That is what people think when they see it, because it's not common. The only reason why you hardly see it around is that Ghanaians are a bit more, let's keep doing the normal one we know. What if this happens? But when you get the expert hands, we'll give you all the necessary guidance, give you all the necessary information so that we can give you the quality of the structure that you want, that can last for more than 100 years. So
for the bulletproof, is because the structure is fortified.
Exactly.
That is how it can be difficult for that penetration to take place.
Exactly. And then for the fireproof, because the lightrite is highly compressed with cement content in it, it doesn't burn.
So in case of fire,
what happens? Fire, anything in the house that can fuel fire will burn. But the structure will still remain intact.
And you can still use it after.
You can still, unlike a regular concrete that with fire intensity of about maybe 20, 30, 1 hour, you have to bring down the structure and rebuild again. But this is not like that.
So since you started rolling this out, what has been the patronage?
Oh, it's going well. People that they don't know much about the Enquire, we tell them, some of them, due to financial issues, they take their time. So we have flexible way of putting up structures for you, especially when it comes to the group, maybe associations. Maybe they have some land somewhere. Okay. You can come to the office, we'll sit down with you, do payment structure arrangements with you.
I just want you to take us through the process.
Yes, and then BOTs.
What must I have? Okay. And what will be the process before I see the building take off?
Okay, so now when you come to our office, the first thing that we inquire is your land. We don't provide land for anybody. You have your own land, which is well documented. Then if you don't have a plan, we have an architect that can develop the plan for you at a fee. And then also we'll do the site inspection for you. And then we'll sit down, how financially well standing are you? Because somebody will say, okay, you give me a budget of maybe 250,000 Ghana cedi, but I don't have it now. Okay, so now let's start with the base. So phase 1, let's do the base and the production of the blocks. Then phase 2, let's raise the structure. Phase 3, let's do the roofing. Then at some point, maybe you can decide that you want to do your fittings. We can leave you to do your fittings, but we'll give you a supervisor that will help you, your masons, and then your carpenters to do those necessary fittings for you. So it's very flexible.
But do you have people on standby who do the construction?
Yeah, I have a whole team. Okay. It's a whole team.
So in the case that you take the technology and go and recruit some mason somewhere and get a mason to do the work for you.
A normal mason cannot do it. Everybody that lays a block is somebody who has been trained to lay the block. So a normal, regular mason cannot do it unless he's been trained. So you have to be trained. I can do the training for you, or better said, you have to go to South Africa for the training. It depends. In some cases, too, we also do BOTs for communities that do not have things like portable, modern, decent toilet facilities.
Build, operate, and transfer.
Exactly. For the DCs, the district assemblies, or maybe the township. So maybe if the chiefs or the DC, you can you bring the land, we'll go into agreement, we'll give you 30% of the revenue, we'll keep 70%, maybe for about 10 years, 5 years, depending on how commercial viable the place is. If the place is very commercially viable, then it can be very short. Maybe 5 years, we can just finish the investment money, then we hand over the structure for you. So we can also do accommodation for government workers on short stay purposes with the district assembly. So we can build maybe about 10 chamber and hall apartment for the government workers there.
And have you suggested this to the authorities?
Yeah, we are still in communication with.
And you are hoping that maybe they'll buy into this as well. So, I mean, before I let you go, what will be your final words and where can you relocate it?
Oh, you can. Our office is at Adenta, close to the Focus Hospital. And then also we have the emails and then have the contact numbers that you can contact us on. So, personally like this, you can call me on 0244.
Right, all right, so please go on with the contact.
Yeah, 0244 49 19 19. And then I have 0244 17 92 48. So if you call any of these numbers.
Again, if you can go over the
okay, so the numbers are 0244 49 19 19. Then I have 0244 17 92 48.
And the location again?
Adenta Focus Hospital.
All right, thank you very much for coming through. It's about a new way of building, and that's what you need to understand from this point on. This is the pulse. We'll take a short break. We shall be back.